Beading tutorial for Babylon Bicones. Learn to make this beaded bracelet encrusted with crystals, where old world charm meets modern day precision. This bracelet is made in such a way that the crystals sit up away from the skin for a very comfortable fit. For this bracelet, you're going to need 6mm bicone crystals. To make a 7-inch bracelet, plan on using 9 of the 6mm crystals. Size 15 seed beads, size 11 seed beads, and size 8. For this bracelet, I like to use a clasp that has 2 points of connection and about a 1/2 inch wide. I do suggest using a size 12 beading needle along with Wildfire when I'm working with my crystals. This is a 0.006, and just begin with as much length as you're comfortable working with. I'm going to begin by putting a little bezel around my 6mm bicone. Pick up 12 of the size 8 seed beads. And bring all of those down near the end of your thread. I don't need a tail, but I'm going to go ahead and put one knot here, bring this into a circle, and knot it again. And you do want this to be pretty tight. Needle into 3 beads past your knot, and pick up one more of your size 8 seed beads. Needle into the next 3 beads. Pick up one more size 8 seed bead, and then needle through your next 3 seed beads. One more size 8 seed bead into the next 3 seed beads, making sure that this pops into place. And one more size 8 seed bead. I'm going to go ahead and come through the next 3 size 8s. Pulling it all tight. I am finished with my tail, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it off. This next step is the one that's going to get your bicones to sit more on top and really catch the light on your bracelet. Pick up one size 15 with your 6mm bicone and one more size 15. With my thread coming out here, I turn this in my hand so the point is now away from me. And I'm going to come into the 3 size 8 seed beads here along this edge. And you'll see that the 2 little size 15 seed beads hold the bicone up. Skipping the bead on the end, needle in through your next 3 size 8 seed beads. Again, skip the bead on the end and needle through the next 3 size 8 seed beads. Again, skip the bead on the end and needle through the next 3 size 8 seed beads. Now we're going to come back through our size 15, the bicone, and the other 15. Now we're going to needle through the 3 size 8 seed beads before this end. and go ahead and step into the size 8 here on the point. So for the first little part, it will look like this. I'm just going to form a right angle weave unit here. So I'll go ahead and pick up 3 more size 8 seed beads, coming back through the bead that my thread is exiting. And then you want to go ahead and retrace that entire right angle weave unit one time. This will help allow it to keep its shape. So now that we've gone through all those beads one more time, we need to come up here to this one. So I'll come into this size 8 seed bead, and I need to build one more right angle weave unit up here. So I'll pick up 3 more of my size 8 seed beads and needle through the size 8, sometimes coaxing the beads into shape, and then retrace this section one more time too. I retraced this unit, and now I'm exiting right here. I'll needle through this bead and this one. And these last 3 size 8 seed beads are to make a right angle weave unit down here on the end. So I'll come through there, and then retrace this unit one more time. Now that I retrace this unit and my thread is coming out right here, needle into this point, through here, and into this middle bead. Even though I've gone a little bit further, you're going to be at the point that you're coming out one of these middle beads on the 3 right angle weave units. And we'll need to pick up 12 more of our size 8 seed beads. With these 12 size 8 seed beads on your needle, come back through the bead that your thread is exiting, pulling this together. We already have 1 point, so now we're just going to needle through 3 of our seed beads, pulling tight. We're only going to need 3 size 8s to complete this triangular bezel, so go ahead and pick one up and come through your next 3 seed beads. Pulling tightly, popping it into place, picking up 1 more size 8, and coming through the next 3. Picking up 1 more size 8 and coming through the next 3. We're going to skip this one here and come into the next 3 seed beads. Holding this in my hand with the existing crystals away from me, I'll pick up 115, 1 bicone, and 115, and needle into the 3 size 8s here. Turning it, and needle into the 3 size 8s here. pulling everything tight, skipping the one on the end, and coming into your next 3 size 8s. Skipping the one on the end and coming into the next 3 size 8s. Now I'm just going to needle through the 15, the bicone, and the 15. Skipping the one on the end, I'll just needle through the next 3 size 8s. And step up into this bead here on the point. Continue working on your bracelet, adding your bicones until you have all of them on and your other end looks like this. If you need to go back to the point where we do the right angle weave, check it out. Now that I've added all the bicones for my bracelet, I have out my size 15 seed beads, my size 11s, size 8s, and my clasp. I'm going to begin down here by adding the framework to attach the clasp. I'm going to pick up 1 15, 1 11, and 1 8, 1 more 8, 1 11, and 1 15, and needle into this point bead above the bicone. Next, I'll turn the work in my hand and needle through my 15, bicone, and 15, pulling this through, and then needle through the point bead on the other side of your bicone. Again, we'll pick up 1 15, 1 11, 1 8, 1 more 8, 1 11, and 1 15, and needle into the point on your original bezel. I like to kind of square off the shape of my end, so I'm going to go ahead and needle through the 15, the size 11, and the size 8. I'll be coming out just here, picking up one size 11. I'll then needle back through my 8, 11, and 15. You can see this will square off the end. Again, I'll need to needle around to this point, just like before. I'm going to come through my size 8. If you want, you can come all the way around if you feel that you don't have enough room for the thread to make it through your 15 crystal and 15. Again, I'm going to come down through my 8, 15, 11, and 8, exiting here, picking up one more size 11, and needle through all these beads until I'm exiting just here before the size 8. And this is where I'll be attaching my clasp. For this particular clasp, I'm going to pick up one size 11, or you could use a wire guard for this if you'd prefer. And come through my clasp. Picking up one more size 11, I'm going to come into this outside edge of my bracelet, pulling my clasp up next to it, and then I'll needle through my 15 and 11, and attach the other end. Just picking up 111, coming through my clasp, picking up one more 11, and I'm going to needle back through the outside edge of my bracelet. Don't forget to retrace the thread path for your clasp to keep everything nice and secure. After attaching my clasp on this end, I'm going to needle around to this bead here. So just come through the outside edge. Now that I'm here at this point bead above the bicone, I'm ready to work on my edge. Going down to the other end, I'm going to pick up the same pattern. 115, 111, 18, 111, and 115. With these on my needle, I'm just going to come into the tip on this right angle weave unit. I'm just going to repeat this all the way down to the other end. Now that I've added the beads along the edge and I'm down here, I'll just square off this end and attach my clasp like I did for the other side, and then again add the beads along this edge. I'm so pleased with the way this turned out. I hope you enjoyed the Babylon Bicone beaded bracelet, and as always, I hope you have a beautiful day.